4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. And liftoff, Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go transporter 10.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Downloading MOD chamber pressures.
T plus 30 seconds into flight, Falcon 9 has cleared the tower at Space Launch Complex 4 East. We're just coming back up on the point of throttling down to prepare for max Q, which is the point of maximum aerodynamic stresses on the vehicle.
Power and telemetry nominal.
You can see some great views of the California coast down there below.
Falcon 9 is supersonic. Max Q.
And there we go. We just passed through the point of max Q, which means we have throttled the M1D engines back up. And coming up next, we do have 5 events, starting with MECO, or main engine cutoff, stage separation, stage 1 flip, second engine start 1, and then the beginning of boost back burn. Today's mission is what we refer to as a return to launch site mission. And that means that the first stage will flip around and point back towards the launch site where it took off from, and it will perform a boost back burn. Should be coming up on main engine cutoff in around 30 seconds. Getting a great tracking shot of the vehicle from the ground here.
MECO. Stage separation confirmed. And back ignition. Stage 1 boost back startup.
Wow, beautiful views here. You just heard and saw those 5 events that happened back to back, including main engine cutoff, stage separation, stage 1 flip, second engine start 1, and the beginning of boost back burn. On the left side of your screen there, you see the first stage performing its boost back burn, heading towards the launch site. And on the right is the MVAC engine continuing to accelerate our payloads into orbit.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And there go those 2 fairing halves. You can now see all of our payloads exposed to the vacuum of space. We should be wrapping up the boost back burn on the first stage in just around 10 seconds.
Stage 1 boost back shutdown.
There we go. We just had confirmation of the end of boost back burn. The next major milestone coming up is the entry burn on our first stage, and that's scheduled to occur around the T plus 6-minute mark. Now on the right side of your screen, we're currently in the first of 4 MVAC burns, and this burn should last for another 4 minutes or so. And as I mentioned, the next milestone will be the first stage's entry burn, coming up in just a couple minutes. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Falcon 9 performs 2 burns in order to land. The first burn of the 2 is the entry burn, and that slows the vehicle down before hitting the denser parts of the Earth's atmosphere. And without this burn, we'd only be using the atmospheric drag to slow the vehicle down, which would add a significant amount of stress on the rocket. So for today's mission, a single Merlin 1D engine will relight for this entry burn. And following that entry burn, the booster will go through the final burn, which is the landing burn, and that'll slow the vehicle down just enough to make a soft landing on our landing pad. You can see there on the left side of your screen a view of the booster. Falcon 9 is equipped with 4 hypersonic grid fins, and those are positioned near the top of the first stage. And these help steer the vehicle as it returns to Earth. Wow, on the left side of your screen, you can see a great ground tracking shot of the first stage. Those white puffs coming off Falcon 9 are...
Vehicles are on a nominal trajectory.
Those are cold nitrogen gas, which help with our attitude control. And this is just making small adjustments to the vehicle as it heads back towards the landing zone. On the right side of your screen, MVAC is continuing to burn towards orbit, currently traveling over 11,000 kilometers per hour. Again, coming up on that entry burn on the first stage in around 30 seconds. The entry burn will slow the vehicle down, so pay attention to that telemetry in the bottom left side of your screen.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And there's that startup of the entry burn. This burn should last just around 20 seconds. We can see the vehicle rapidly decelerating now.
Stage 1 entry burn shut down.
And there we go. That concludes our entry burn. The first stage has one more burn left prior to landing. And again, as I mentioned earlier, we will be attempting to recover this booster for the 5th time today.
Stage 1 FTS has saved.
The Falcon 9 first stage is equipped with 4 landing legs made of carbon fiber and aluminum honeycomb.
Vehicles are on a nominal trajectory.
We should see those
Stage
legs
1 is
deploy just
transonic.
prior to landing. On the left, you can see a tracking shot of the first stage, and on the right, you can see the onboard cameras looking down towards the ground. Should be starting up that landing
Stage
burn
1
any
landing
second.
burn. Landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
Wow, what a view of that landing, folks. As you just saw and probably heard, we did just successfully land the first stage back at landing zone 4. So that marks
Stage
the
2
fifth
internal guidance.
That marks the 5th landing for this specific booster.